In this video we are going to talk about what would happen if Bitcoin's price crashes to zero. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. The Bitcoin market is notorious for its volatility and unpredictability. A coin's worth might fluctuate dramatically from month to month, with certain coins having absolutely no value at all. Unfortunately, when it comes to cryptocurrency, this is simply the name of the game. What would happen, though, if Bitcoin, the market's oldest and most valued asset, fell to zero? Because Bitcoin isn't a stable coin and hence isn't tied to any real-world asset, it's just as vulnerable to market crashes as many other cryptocurrencies. If you watch Bitcoin and its price, you've probably seen that you never know what's going to happen next. Many investors do not anticipate a crash, which is why investing in cryptocurrency might be risky. Bitcoin reached an all-time high of roughly $67,000 in November 2021, but the price has been volatile since then. Bitcoin experienced a significant drop in early 2018, another in May 2021, and yet another in the same month it achieved its peak value. In 2022, the trend was unmistakable. The monetary impact of a Bitcoin crash, according to online newspaper Axios, is estimated to be $250 billion. However, that estimate reveals a misunderstanding of cryptocurrency's utility and markets. Blockchain, the technology that underpins Bitcoin, has already attracted significant investment. Aside from that, Bitcoin's price changes indicate that it is establishing itself as a store of value. Within closed environments, cryptocurrencies can also be used to exchange value. However, it will be some time before their utility in mainstream applications is appreciated. The present price gain in various cryptocurrencies is mostly due to a domino effect caused by Bitcoin's growth. A Bitcoin price drop is almost certain to cause a price correction in other cryptocurrencies. It is also certain that the vast majority of cryptocurrencies currently listed on exchanges will vanish. Only digital currencies with well-defined business models and clear utility in mainstream culture will be able to weather the storm. As a result, even the most valuable coins might crash just as swiftly as any other. But what if Bitcoin's price plummeted to zero as a result of a market crash? Is this something that could happen, and what would happen if it did? Any cryptocurrency's price can theoretically drop to zero, as demonstrated with the Terra Luna price crash. However, for anything as popular and precious as Bitcoin, major changes would be required to allow for such a drastic drop in value. Understanding Bitcoin's operation is necessary to comprehend why this is the case. Bitcoin is frequently purchased as a long-term or short-term investment strategy. Some people like to acquire it when the price drops in anticipation of a future increase and then sell it when that happens. Others buy Bitcoin with the aim of holding onto it for a long time, despite the potential for price drops and increases. However, some people predict that Bitcoin, or another cryptocurrency, will eventually replace traditional currency. Decentralized banking, they argue, is harmful or unjust, and that decentralization is the way of the future. The acquisition of Bitcoin by someone who possesses such a notion is more than just an investment. It reflects their enthusiasm for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin may now be used to purchase products and services in a variety of nations across the world. It has also been adopted as a national tender in several countries. El Salvador became the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender in 2021, with mixed outcomes, and other governments are developing cryptocurrencies for citizens to use as payment methods. Furthermore, even if Bitcoin were highly limited or illegal in the majority of countries throughout the world, dismantling the entire Bitcoin network would be extremely difficult. With over 100,000 active nodes on the Bitcoin network distributed around the globe, the blockchain would only be completely destroyed if these nodes lost trust or interest. Taking down a website is not the same as destroying Bitcoin. Its extensive infrastructure, combined with its decentralized character, provides a solid basis that is difficult to undermine, even by powerful governments. Furthermore, major actors in the crypto business might have a significant impact on Bitcoin's price. Crypto whales are individuals or groups who control significant quantities of cryptocurrency, allowing them to manipulate the market as needed. These whales can prevent Bitcoin from falling to zero in certain scenarios if they don't want it to. All of these considerations make a complete Bitcoin crash extremely unlikely. Other factors, though, are at work, putting Bitcoin's value in jeopardy. One of the most common arguments used by opponents of Bitcoin is that it is not backed by any actual asset. Furthermore, others argue that it does not yet have sufficient traction in the traditional economy to flourish. Of course, when it comes to purchasing products, your country's national currency is likely to be far more adaptable than Bitcoin, implying that it has a wider range of applications. Bitcoin's continuing scaling issues are also jeopardizing its future. The transaction load on the blockchain is growing as more people invest in Bitcoins. This causes a phenomenon known as latency, in which each transaction takes a lengthy time to be validated by miners. The blockchain can only process a certain amount of transactions per minute due to the small block size of Bitcoin. This is widely regarded as Bitcoin's Achilles heel. Bitcoin's price is also influenced by a number of other factors. Even a simple tweet from Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk produced a drop in 2021, therefore Bitcoin is clearly not a reliable asset. It's also vital to remember that Bitcoin is, first and foremost, a demand-driven asset. It's also quite volatile as a result of this. Let's pretend that one day, every government in the globe made Bitcoin trading, mining, and spending illegal, and the price of the cryptocurrency plummeted to zero. Even if the network as a whole remains intact, such a decline would result in massive financial losses for millions of people around the world. There would be no way to sell Bitcoin back to exchanges since they would be forced by law to remove it from their trading platforms. In other words, Bitcoin investors who had not yet cashed out would be in a difficult situation. Furthermore, a complete collapse of Bitcoin would send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency mining business. The Bitcoin mining industry is massive, with many people relying on it to make a life. Mining payments would be worthless if Bitcoin lost its value or utility, and almost 1 million miners would be forced to find another source of income. Thousands of people would lose their jobs if mining farms were to close. Hundreds of other businesses, including those that deal in Bitcoin payments, lending, or swapping, would be impacted. In short, the ultimate collapse of Bitcoin would be catastrophic for millions of people. If Bitcoin were to fail in this way, it would almost certainly cause many other cryptocurrencies to crash as well. After all, if the crypto market's most valuable currency has lost all of its value, many investors are likely to cash out and offload their crypto as quickly as possible to avoid future losses. Overall, if Bitcoin falls, many other cryptos are likely to follow. There's no denying that Bitcoin's price plummeting to zero would be disastrous for the cryptocurrency industry. However, the likelihood of Bitcoin collapsing in this manner is exceedingly remote. Though certain variables may cause Bitcoin's value to decline over time, it would take major economic and governmental changes, as well as the collapse of the Bitcoin network itself, for Bitcoin to drop to zero in a short period of time. Furthermore, while a Bitcoin drop to zero would be disastrous, the impact on global financial markets should also be considered. Expert opinion on the matter is mixed, with some predicting that price drops in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will have little influence. When you consider that some of the top cryptocurrency companies, such as Crypto.com, Binance, and BitPay, all have sponsorship arrangements with companies, mostly related to sports, it's easy to see how at least some damage could occur. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.